Well, it's a game where you never know what will happen next. From backstabbing to blindsides, this is a very different Big Brother than any series that has come before. And last night, Hannah was evicted from the house. But before Ben speaks to her, let's see how it played out.
With one vote, Sophie. Which means, Hannah, you received 5 votes and sadly have been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Okay, I love you. And you know what? It's wrong.
Well, Hannah, thank you so much for being able to join us this afternoon on the Ben, Rob and Robbo show. The numbers were simply just not in your favour, and Marissa says that it was wrong. How do you feel about it now?
Gosh, looking back at it and rewatching it, it's sad. I really thought I had the numbers to stay in the game, but I didn't. I was actually blindsided at the end of it. I thought Kieran and Marissa were going to save me.
Yeah, I was really shocked that you didn't get Kieran's vote just because it felt like he was going to, be supportive.
Yeah,
Has this created any rivalry between? Has this created any rivalry between maybe you and Sophie?
No, definitely not. I'm so proud of Soph. I hope she carries on and beats the boys. I hope some of the girls start standing up to the boys.
Now, this is the question I think that a lot of people have for you. When you were introduced on the show, we saw a beautiful clip of a relationship that you have with your grandmother. What did Grandma have to say about Hannah's time in the Big Brother house?
Oh, it was amazing. And do you know what? During COVID, it actually gave my nonna a purpose. They were all stuck and they were in lockdown at her retirement village, but they've had Big Brother to watch. And, them also seeing me in the newspaper and in magazines, gives them something to talk about. So it's actually brought so much excitement to my nonna's retirement village, which is pretty special to me.
Well, it's pretty special to be able to share that relationship, and it was really heartwarming. Now, I need to ask you, we need to go back to a little moment at the start of the series where you and Talia butted heads. Now, when you watched that on the TV, how do you think that relationship came across?
Gosh, honestly, I knew it was bad in the house, but I didn't know it was that bad because I didn't obviously know about what she was saying behind my back. I could sense that she didn't really like me being in the house. But at the end of the day, I was an intruder. I was coming in late and, she didn't want 4 more people in the house. And I guess I was her first target. So, yeah, I understand where she was coming from.
Well, I just kind of want to know because, the game plan strategy for you has been debated really much, a lot online overnight, with a lot of people saying that you sat back and were coasting, and that might have been your strategy. What we see as viewers is not necessarily a reflection of what happens in the house. Can I just ask you, was your strategy to sit back, or do you think that is just a turn of events with the editing?
No, well, to be honest, at the end of the day, I didn't know I was coming in as an intruder, and I dropped into that cage and I was put up for eviction in my first 24 hours, and that really threw me out. And from that moment on, I realised, I've got to sit back and watch how this game plays if I want to stay in. So my gameplay was to kill people with kindness, and I did do that. I didn't manipulate anyone. I didn't lie to anyone. I stayed loyal to myself, and I'm proud of myself. But I think if I did go into the house as an OG housemate, I would have had a different different style to my game. But it was just hard at the end of the day. I had to try and save myself every single day. No one likes an intruder. It was hard coming in late.
Well, we're reading about all of this on the Daily Mail at the moment, and it seems like the real drama was saved for after the show. Some of these screen grabs have emerged into the media with a bit of a debate happening between Garth and Angela. Why do you think that debate has really only just started on the group chat now? Because there really was some solidarity on that group chat to start with, and now it seems to be starting to take a turn for the worst. Why do you think that is?
I think because everyone's emotions are high. Everyone's actually finding out now what people are saying behind their backs on the show because, we don't know. We're watching this the same time as everyone else. So it's a shock to a lot of people, and a lot of people are getting upset. I was upset watching, the girls call me a bitch and a try hard. But, yeah, I guess it's just everyone's emotions, and it's people deal with it differently in the show, and a lot of people are just dealing with it in the group message.
Well, last two questions for you. COVID-19 is going to be a big part of the storyline coming up this Sunday, which is just after you've left the house. Did you have any sense of what was happening in Australia and around the world up until your eviction, or did you just find out about it after you left the house?
No, we were told about it in the house when I was there, but not to the extent. So I didn't know how crazy the world was going to be till I actually got evicted, and it was not what I expected. It was 500 times worse. It was weird. It was a weird feeling. It was weird. That's all I can explain it as. Crazy and weird. Nothing I've ever experienced in my life.
Well, it definitely would be a massive culture shock, being in the house. But at the same time, I guess these housemates probably feel a little bit protected. It could be the safest house in Australia to self-isolate.
Oh, yeah, gosh, we were the safest people in Australia. And I'm so glad I was there for, the month where it was pretty crazy. But then coming out, I was going through Sydney Airport, and there was hardly anyone there, but the few people that were there, they were all in masks. And I looked a little bit odd because, I wasn't prepared for this. I didn't have a mask. I didn't know what was happening in the world. It was mayhem.
Well, Hannah, what is the biggest take home from your Big Brother experience? What did you learn?
What I learned, to never give up. You know what? I was up for eviction in my first 24 hours, and I could have just given it up all up then. But, I kept my head high, and I pushed through. So I'm proud of myself.
Well, I absolutely hope that you continue to enjoy your Big Brother experience. I think that as a group, you will find solidarity, I think, once the show finishes, because you'll be able to reflect on something really amazing and something that it's so unique that as a small group that you've shared together. Wishing you all the best of luck.
Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.